targeting baby boomers. That is the attention-grabbing headline of a recent Fortune.com article, but is it true? Larry Spoth is back with us to talk about it. Larry is a financial advisor and the owner of Retirement Protection Solutions. He is here every week to educate us on finance and retirement plans. So welcome back, Larry.
Thank you.
So we're just going to jump into this. Is the IRS targeting the baby boomers, and if so, how?
Well, the short answer is yes. That's not the answer everybody wants to hear.
Okay.
But once you hit 70 and a half, there's something called required minimum distribution. So the IRS, if you own a tax qualified plan like an IRA, a 401k, TSP if you're a government worker around the area, they're going to force you to take a withdrawal or a distribution so that they can tax that money as ordinary income. So the thing to know is there's a smart way to take the distribution and a not so smart way. The risk being, if you do it wrong, you may run out of money in that account in old age. You may spend that account down to nothing.
Ooh.
But understanding there's a solution to that problem, so we put that into place. When we do retirement income plans for people, we always plan for the required minimum distribution. It has to be done right.
It has to be done right. Okay, so taxes are already sky high for a lot of folks. Can pre-retirees and those who are already retired expect even higher taxes in the coming years?
Well, I think the simple answer is you just watch any news channel, any business news channel.
Right.
Where's our federal deficit? Where's the deficit of this country? It's around 20 trillion.
Right.
Right? So we got to think something's got to give. And who's going to do the giving?
Us.
Probably us. So we'll say that taxes will probably go up. So we have to plan on that in our retirement income plans. If you're 60 or over, you have to build taxes, inflation, healthcare costs. All those things have to be in your income plan. Otherwise, the end might not work out so well.
You've got so much to do, and that's what the whole point is, to retire and relax, but we got so much to think about. All right, so is there anything baby boomers can do to reduce that tax burden?
Well, there is, and I think the key is to really get way ahead of the curve. So we're talking about required minimum distributions because most of our clients are over 50, maybe closer to 60 or 70. So we have to think about how are we going to take those required minimum distributions. I like to call it the IRS retirement plan is our little nickname for it. We don't want to be on an IRS retirement plan.
Right.
I don't think anyone does.
No, it
bad
doesn't sound
idea.
that way.
Right. So we have to solve that problem. So to get out ahead of that curve, plan for the required minimum distribution, plan for income for the rest of your life, put it in place, and then you're okay. Then you can relax and enjoy it.
Sounds a lot easier than to actually do.
It's not that hard, really. When you're in our profession, sure, you would come in. If you're 60 years old, now I know you're under 29, but if you come in and you're 60 years old, it's a big deal.
Right.
We really have to think about those consequences, but we have tools in place where we can do the required minimum distribution strategy, get you that guaranteed income for life so that you never run out of money in old age.
Right.
And that's ultimately the goal.
All right, so how does tax planning fit into the overall retirement plan? We've talked about this before. You want to start sooner rather than later.
Sure, so think about it. Let's say again, let's pretend you're 60.
Okay.
And you come in and you've got maybe a little bit of a pension, you've got Social Security, maybe your spouse has Social Security. So those are your fixed income buckets. And you want to have a certain income in retirement, so we got to bring your guaranteed income up to that level. And then we've got your other bucket of money, we call that your tactically managed portfolio.
Okay.
So that bucket of money is going to grow unmolested by income or RMDs so that if tax laws change, if health care costs go up, all those things come along, we've got this other bucket of money aside from your guaranteed income to draw from. Very, very important to plan that eventuality out.
Yes. Okay. So the bottom line is if you're retiring in the near future, you need a tax plan, and it's complicated to navigate on your own, and that's why we have Larry here. So today only, he has an exclusive offer for our viewers. If you call in the next 15 minutes, you will receive a complimentary tax strategy analysis. Now the number to call is 1-800-611-1952. So it's 1-800-611-1952. Okay, so tell us about this, a brief synopsis, if you will, about this tax analysis.
Sure. So again, imagine you come in, you're 60 years old, and you have all this money, you have all these assets, you did everything just right, right? Everything you're supposed to do. Now you've got this tax burden coming along. So it's not so easy just to say, I've got this money and I hope it lasts. We've got to build in tax. We've got to build in long-term capital gains tax. We've got to build in inflation, healthcare costs.
Right.
All those things have to go in, so your ultimate plan is going to show your tax rates and that tax money coming out so you can see what you really have to live on for the rest of your life. Does that make sense?
It makes absolute sense. It's just kind of like when you're younger, you always plan for the uh-ohs. This
That's
is
right.
a definite uh-oh that's going to happen.
And we know it's coming.
Right.
So it's relatively easy to plan for if you know how.
All right, again, that number to call is 800-611-1952. You can also learn more about how Larry can help you retire successfully by visiting testyourinvestment.com. Thanks, Larry.
Very good. Thank you.
All right.